This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News 9, English news as it should be.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bundesliga Banter, your one-stop destination for all the news related to Bundesliga. I'm Kabir Naqvi, and today we've got a packed show for Matchday 9. We're going to be previewing the weekend's biggest matches. Check out Bayern Munich's incredible unbeaten run, reveal 5 gems for your Fantasy 11, and spotlight the Bundesliga's rising stars. We also bring you an excerpt from a News 9 exclusive with legendary Lothar Matthaus. So stick around. You don't want to miss out on any of this. Well, let's get it rolling. First up and foremost, all eyes are on the Allianz Arena this weekend, where unbeaten league leaders Bayern Munich face a confident Bayer Leverkusen in what can be called the Matchday 9 headline clash. Vincen't Kompany's Bayern Munich, they're flying not just in Bundesliga but across the tournaments this season. 8 wins from 8 in the Bundesliga and a European record, breaking 14 straight victories in all competitions. Now, Captain Joshua Kimmich, he says this is no accident. The team's hard work, structure and unity is certainly paying off, even if the competition for the places remains fierce. We all know how people have to vie for the top 11 in the Bayern Munich side. And unbeaten under new boss Kasper Hjulmund, Leverkusen are in fine form too. Their 2-0 win over Freiburg was a 5th victory in 6 games and a perfect response to their midweek defeat against Paris Saint-Germain. And historically, Bayern Munich have dominated this fixture with 52 wins from 92 meetings, yet Bayer Leverkusen haven't lost to the champions in 6 domestic encounters, including a cup win in Munich last week. So, since Hoffmann moved to the Bay Arena from Mönchengladbach back in 2023, he hasn't lost a league game against Bayern Munich. Will that stat change? Well, we'll have to wait and find out. But spotlight will again be on Harry Kane, who has struggled for goals against Leverkusen particularly. Everywhere else seems to be firing on all cylinders. But whilst fit again, Patrick Schick and in form Alejandro Grimaldo could test Bayern's back line. It's the Bundesliga's best attack versus one of its most balanced sides. And let me tell you, with both these teams built on possession, precision and pride, this showdown promises fireworks in Munich, needless to say. All right then, next up on the show, we've got Bayern Munich that are simply unstoppable this season. Take a look at some of those stats for yourself. The Bundesliga leaders have shattered the 33-year-old record for most successive wins at the start of a season across Europe's top 5 leagues. The Bavarians have scripted the feat with their 14 consecutive wins across all competitions. Yes, that's right, 14 in a row, including a perfect 8 out of 8 in the Bundesliga, a feat no other club in Europe's top 5 leagues could ever achieve. Bayern came from behind to defeat Cologne 4-1 in the second round of the DFB Pokal Cup, and then securing their record-breaking 14th straight win this season. And Ragnar Ek had put Cologne ahead in the 31st minute, but Bayern responded in style. You had Luis Diaz, Harry Kane twice, and then Michael Olise finding the back of the net. And with this emphatic victory, the Bundesliga champions have surpassed AC Milan's start to the 1992-1993 season, when the Italian giants won their opening 13 matches across all competitions. So another one of those records that Bayern Munich has this time broken. But then again, the other match, it will be a battle of Bundesliga upstarts this Saturday as well, as RB Leipzig host VfB Stuttgart, 2 sides proving that youthful energy and smart recruitment can go a long way towards shaking up the established order. Remarkably, Stuttgart boast of an even younger setup than their opponents. Not a single player aged 30 or above has featured for the Swabians so far this season. And their starting 11 in the 2-0 win over St. Pauli on Matchday 4 averaged just 24.7 years, one of the youngest in the league. And that blend of fearlessness and flair has powered them into the upper reaches of the table. RB Leipzig, meanwhile, have made a habit of nurturing bright prospects and turning potential into performance. After difficult starts to 2025-2026 campaign, RB Leipzig and VfB Stuttgart are both flying high towards the Bundesliga summit as they go into Matchday 9 with 2nd and 3rd positions respectively. And since the opening day, humbling Leipzig are unbeaten, winning 6 of their next 7 league assignments and drawing the other. With both sides now thriving on high tempo pressing, quick transitions and confidence well beyond their years. This Saturday evening certainly promises end-to-end action and plenty of attacking intent. Whichever way it swings in Leipzig, one thing is certain, youth will take center stage in this Bundesliga showdown. That's the last 5 games, run up to match day 9. Straight up 5 wins for VfB Stuttgart. Meanwhile, just the 1 draw. Needless to say, it's going to be youth taking the center stage here. And in terms of the form, it's pretty much equal. 3rd and 4th placed on the table. It's anybody's game here. One of the most interesting games right after Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, needless to say. All right then, not sure which players should be in your fantasy team, will you ask? Here are your Bundesliga.com tips for your Matchday 9 fantasy team. More than a third of the teams have had Harry Kane in them. Not starting Bayern Munich talisman when he's fit to play is almost a guarantee to lose rank. But here are 5 other names who can be game changers for your fantasy 11. Take a look at this. Don't miss out on Philipp True. Freiburg's Philipp True has started 5 of 8 Bundesliga games, but rotation risks remain. If he features against Union Berlin on Saturday, expect him on the right wing in Schuster's 4-2-3-1, making the 5.45 million fullback a budget, out-of-position gem. And then you've got St. Pauli's Daniel Sinani, priced at 9.06 million, looks a smart fantasy pick against Mönchengladbach's shaky defense. With 2 goals and an assist this season, he matches Hontonji's output, but offers a more secure starting spot. And then, of course, you've got Eintracht Frankfurt's Nathaniel Brown. Last season's breakout fantasy star and now owned by just 3%, remains still a strong pick in terms of the differential. Playing as a wing-back boosts his appeal, over 200 points in 4 or 5 games ahead of Heidenheim. And on the list next is Cologne's Jakub Kaminski, priced at 8.21 million, remains a top fantasy pick, listed as a midfielder but playing furthest forward with Jan Thielmann, who's injured. He's already scored 3 times and could strike against Hamburg on Sunday as well. And finally on that list is Wolfsburg's Marius Müller, valued at about 6.82 million, another budget option, could start against Hoffenheim if Kamil Grabara misses out. And Müller's strong form continues. He's saved 78% of shots faced over the past year, making him a solid fantasy backup pick. Well, next up, the Bundesliga continues to be a hotbed for some of Europe's most exciting young talent. Here, next up, we take a look at 5 teenagers who are taking Germany's top-flight football by storm. Let's begin with Eintracht Frankfurt lad Can Uzun. Now, Eintracht Frankfurt's young star Uzun is making waves in the 25-26 Bundesliga season. After beginning his career with Jan Regensburg and Ingolstadt, Uzun exploded onto the scene in Bundesliga 2, scoring 16 goals in 30 games for Nuremberg at just 17 years of age. Frankfurt secured his signature in 2024, and after a season of adaptation, he is now a key figure under coach Dino Topmola. With 5 goals and 3 assists so far, only Harry Kane and teammate Jonathan Burkhardt have scored more than Uzun, whilst only 3 others have more assists. And the 19-year-old's talent has also caught the eye of teammate Mario Götze, who praised Uzun's technical skills and potential. And while Germany watches, it's Turkey that currently benefits from his international brilliance. Next up on that list, Bayern Munich's young sensation, Lennart Kahl, has been stealing the spotlight despite the strong presence of stars like Harry Kane and Michael Olise. After an incredible 34-goal season with Bayern's under-17 and under-19 teams, Kahl earned a place in Vincen't Kompany's squad for the Club World Cup in USA, making his professional debut in a 10-0 win over Auckland City. But this season, he has featured in just 6 games in terms of Bundesliga, recording an assist in his first start against Hoffenheim and becoming the second youngster starter in club history. Kahl's breakthrough came in the Champions League, scoring a stunning goal against Club Brugge to become Bayern's youngest ever scorer in the competition and winning man of the match as well. And Harry Kane has praised the German under-17 international, saying Kahl can have a bright future with the national team. Well, Said Al-Mala has quickly become one of Germany's brightest young talents. Signed from Victoria Cologne in 2024 alongside brother Malek, the winger impressed last season on loan in 3 Liga, scoring 13 goals and 32 appearances. This term, Al-Mala has carried that particular form into Bundesliga, scoring a stunning solo goal for FC Cologne against Hoffenheim in that 1-0 victory. He also scored the opening goal against Freiburg on Matchday 2. And at the 2025 European Under-19 Championship, the talented team netted 4 goals and provided 4 assists, making him one of the tournament's standout performers. Even as El Mala has mostly come off the bench this season, no player has dribbled more in the Bundesliga than him, creating a shot every 16 minutes. And FC Cologne coach Lukas Kwasniok praised his natural talent, calling him a street footballer with God-given gifts. Up next, RB Leipzig teen Asan Cuadrado, who is finally showing Bundesliga the talent Schalke nurtured for nearly a decade. Plagued by injuries throughout the 24-25 season, the former under-17 European and world champion saw his breakthrough delayed after being sidelined with a ligament tear. But Leipzig signed Cuadrado in summer of 2024, but knee and hamstring issues limited him to just 3 appearances last season. This term, however, Cuadrado has started in the last 5 matches and he is becoming a key figure in the Leipzig's midfield. He scored on his first start against Cologne and has already 4 goal contribution, 2 goals, 2 assists. Only Christoph Baumgartner has more. And coach Ole Werner praised him, saying Cuadrado brings confidence on the ball in the midfield and a real goal threat, rewarding his hard work in training. Next up, we move on to another rising star of German football, a Nuremberg Academy graduate, Finn Jeltz, who made his professional debut at just 17 for their club in February 2024, going on to feature 32 times before moving to Stuttgart in January. And despite limited Bundesliga experience, he quickly became a first-team regular, playing full matches in 8 league games and featuring in the DFB Cup, starting in the semi-final with a win over Leipzig and coming off the bench in the final triumph against Arminia Bielefeld. And this season has been a bit of a stop-start due to injury, but Jeltz has still contributed to 2 clean sheets in 4 Bundesliga appearances. His rapid development under the Fritz Walter Under-19 gold medal that was given to him, and former coach Miroslav Klose praised him, calling him a player with the potential for a truly great career. And now, excerpts from a News9 exclusive with German football legend Lothar Matthaus. He recalls facing Diego Maradona and weighs in on how the game has certainly evolved and changed from Maradona's era to today's stars, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And what's more is that Lothar Matthaus has also shared the experience of winning the FIFA World Cup and missing the coveted trophy twice.
It's a wonderful moment. We have none other than great Lothar Matthaus, who has bring the records like playing a ball with us smoothly. Welcome, Lothar.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
Lothar, how you think about now football is going big and big away. And your era and now this era, what you feel?
Yeah, you cannot compare. It's completely different football than 30, 40, 50 years ago when I played. I started to play in 1979 in the German Bundesliga. 1 year later, I was a national player. And now 45 years later, I think the football changed a lot, especially like generally the world changed, the speed. It's so much speed in football, not only technique, speed, the carrying, the stadiums, the grass in the stadium, the possibilities for the players. Each player has, for me, feeling, each player has one coach. We had a team from 16, 18 players, the first coach and the assistant coach. And maybe when we had luck, you had a goalkeeper coach. This was
very different.
Yes, and we was playing football all the year by rain, by snow, by ice. Today you have the heating from down under the grass. You can close the stadiums. Perfect to play football now. Football is emotion, and not only for the players, especially for the fans. The discussion 7 days per week for 24 hours from the morning till the evening. Football is the sport #1 in the world, not in India.
Yeah, of course.
But in the world, everybody like to follow football. Everybody like to play football because it's an easy sport. Yeah, you need only a ball.
Yeah, keep the ball
and the space.
Yes, yeah, of course.
And you don't have to explain somebody what they have to do.
Yeah.
When the kids, I say this is always a nice story. Kids can see each other in South Africa.
Yeah.
One is coming from South America, another one is coming from India, the other ones are coming from Europe or from Africa.
Yeah.
Give them a ball, they know what they have to do.
So I just want to know about how you felt when you were in 90s, that moment when you touched the cup.
Okay, it was 35 years ago, and sure, I say this always when we are talking about 90, the best moment and the biggest trophy what you can win is a World Cup. And I was a captain from the team, and was sure the moment what I will never forget. This was beautiful, this was nice. In this moment was very emotional, but what's going on? You didn't feel it in this moment. Yeah, there was so many things in your brain. The celebration from the fans, the people was coming to you. They make pictures, and the FIFA was checking their program, and they push you to have to go left, you have to go right, and then you have to be in a line. You have to wait a little bit before the Argentinian pick up the medals, and was waiting, and then we get the cup, and I was a captain, and I take the cup in the sky, and it was beautiful. Now I recognized everything, and I can check a little bit what's happened for me, what's happened for the team, what's happened for the country. Yeah, it's a great moment. It's a history for Germany, not only for the football general, because this was Germany who was coming together, Germany East and Germany West. A couple of months before was fall down the wall.
Before the final,
we was not playing only for West Germany.
Absolutely, it's all together. It's together.
In this moment for East Germany.
Everybody, all Germans.
And we get the support. This was not only a sport day for Germany. This was a politic day, and yes, in this time was the world really a little bit different. Yeah, we played against Yugoslavia, but Yugoslavia started to be destroyed in 6 different countries. And we played against Yugoslavia, but there was not anymore Yugoslavia. Yeah. There was Bosnia, there was Serbia, there was Croatia.
It all changes.
And very strange, but in another way, we won the trophy, and this was our business to do it best as possible. And for this, we was going to Italy. It's closed. Yeah. Italy is very closed. You can go by car. Yeah. You can go by train.
And you played in Italy.
And
so like
I played in Italy. But this good thing for the German football fans was they can go by car in 3-4 hours to Italy and can follow the World Cup in Italy. And for this we had so much support in the stadium from our German fans.
Lothar, when you just do the final with Germany as 82, 86 and 90s, so many pressure of losers last 2 World Cup. And before the final, what was Franz Beckenbauer in a locker room say?
First, I didn't saw loser in the World Cups before. We lost the final, but we was coming to the final. Yeah. Another teams like to go to the final, but there was leaving before the final start the country, because they go out from the World Cup. And sure, you will win. When you play a game, doesn't matter it's the first game in the World Cup or the last. The last is the most important, but when you play football, you will win each game. And
what was the pressure feeling, because last 2 consecutive? No pressure.
Absolute no, because we was full with confidence. We know what is our quality. We respect Argentina, but we was looking more for ourselves. Maradona was not in the same condition like 4 years before in Mexico, and sure, everything was talking about us.
Lothar, is another moment I just to comment to the presence. You have a Maradona I have seen with you playing it, and you also play Italy and also World Cup. Now the Maradona age and the Messi age, how do you distinguish the 2 Argentinians you have seen?
You see, they're coming both from Argentina. Yeah. This is the same, but the football is the same, what I told on the beginning. Football change. Yeah. I think now the football is more difficult because more faster. The distance between the players is not so far like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, 60, 70 meters. Now you play 30 meter area. Yes, and but Maradona was genius in the 80s, and Messi and the same Ronaldo. They are doing very well. They're players, they're idols for so many kids worldwide, and it's fantastic what these guys was doing generally for football. And you have always, before was Pelé, football was slower than in our time, and now it's everything different. But you cannot say who was the best player ever in the world. Yeah, you can say Messi now, Maradona in my time, and before Pelé. Yeah, but when you say, tell me only one player, then you have to think who won the most World Cups. Yeah, and Pelé
is 3
times. Maradona one time. Messi one time.
Well, next up, the Indian Tigers and Tigresses initiative by News9. India's grassroots football story is finding its new heroes. Right here in the fields of Noida at JBM School's annual sports carnival, Ahvan, hundreds of young footballers, boys and girls, played their heart out for a shot at something truly special. Take a look at this next report.
The hunt for India's next generation of football stars has begun. And this time, it is kicking off right here at JBM School, Noida. At JBM's annual sport carnival, Ahvan, the field turned into a stage for dreams. Hundreds of young players, boys and girls, giving it their all, chasing a shot at something far bigger. Because for the best among them, this journey doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. From JBN's Ahvan to the grand finale of News9 Indian Tigers and Tigresses Season 2, where India's finest young footballers will be handpicked and felicitated in Germany. They will train under world-class coaches, play on international pitches, and experience what it truly means to be a global athlete.
TV9 is going to have select the children and take them to greater heights. They want to take the children to Germany, and they will, if selected, they will have a beautiful opportunity, and they will work for this. And we are aspiring to yield great Olympians, great students, and great footballers.
दिस इज़ आवर 15th आह्वान. स्कूल को भी लगभग 16 साल हुए खुले हुए, और फर्स्ट ईयर से ही हमने ये कोशिश की है कि हमारे बच्चों को हम लोग स्पोर्ट्स का प्लेटफॉर्म दें. और भगवान की कृपा से हमारे पास जगह भी काफ़ी सुंदर है, ग्राउंड भी हमारे अच्छे हैं. तो एक साथ जैसे अभी भी आप देखेंगे तो हमने 4 ग्राउंड फुटबॉल के बनाए हुए हैं, डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप के, और सभी एक साथ वर्किंग में हैं. माई सेल्फ गुरुदत्त अरोरा फ्रॉम JBM ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस. एज ए मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर मैं स्कूल को देख रहा हूँ. हमारे अपने जो TV9 वाले हैं वो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, और उन्होंने भी ये इस पूरे प्लेटफार्म को यूज़ किया है कि भाई हम इसमें से अच्छा टैलेंट ढूंढ सकें, और एक बहुत अच्छी टीम, इन्हीं जो बच्चे ये खेल रहे हैं अभी हमारे ग्राउंड में, इन्हीं में से कुछ अच्छे बच्चे जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर भी जाएंगे, ये एक प्लस पॉइंट है इस साल.
The News9 Indian Tigers and Tigresses campaign is a one-of-a-kind movement, a program that blends sports, learning and opportunity, building a stronger, faster and more confident future for Indian football. And it's schools like JBM, with that focus on holistic growth and discipline, that make this dream a reality.
My name is Arshad Deva, and I'm here for the Tigers and Tigresses program organized by TV9. I'm really excited as they are sending the top players from this tournament to Germany. The players will get a lot of exposure, and I hope there are players from my team who are selected and they can make the team and the country proud at German grounds.
Hi, I'm Ibrahim. The initiative launched by TV9 Network to promote Indian Tigers and Tigresses is great. I'm super excited to see that my teammates might have a chance to represent India in Germany. Top players from top teams have come in this event to represent their teams, and even I might have a chance.
For many of these young players, this isn't just about football. It's about passion, identity and purpose. It's about representing India, not just on the field, but in spirit. Season 1 was a historic success story. After months of trials across India, 12 girls and 16 boys were selected to represent the country. They traveled to Austria and Germany, trained with elite coaches, lived the European football life, and brought home lessons that went far beyond the game. It was a landmark collaboration between TV9 Network and top German football institutions, a partnership that bridged continent through the power of sport. And when these young footballers were ready to fly out to Europe, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself gave them a grand send-off at the What India Thinks Today 2025 Global Summit in Delhi, a moment that captured the nation's imagination and proved that India's youth dreams are now being powered by global opportunity. When they returned, They were honoured by Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia and the Austrian Ambassador Katharina Wieser, a fitting celebration of hard work, talent and international friendship. Now, as Season 2 unfolds, the stage is bigger, the expectations higher and the excitement electric. Because somewhere among these young hopefuls at JBM School might just be the next Indian football superstar, ready to take our tricolour to the world stage. News9 Indian Tigers and Tigresses Season 2, where India's future champions are born.
Well, that's all from this episode of Bundesliga Banter. Stay tuned as we bring you much more in terms of inside news, match action and specials from German football, all exclusive right here on News9.
This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.